It's been 10 months since a new management team took over at Apple. People have been working really hard. You can see a lot of cars in the parking lots on nights and the weekends. And because of their hard work, I'm really pleased to report to you today that Apple's back on track. And because of this, with the foundation this gives us, we're going to announce some great new products today. And we're even going to roll out the whole product strategy today. We do that. I just want to spend a few minutes and take you through some examples of how Apple is back on track. The most important thing, of course, is people. Apple's got now a very wise board of directors. Apple's got a very strong senior management team. I would hold the senior management team at Apple up against any other in the industry. But most important, Apple's got some very talented employees, just incredibly talented people. And when you have great people, the most important thing is to not lose them. When I came back to Apple last summer, Apple was losing a lot of them. The attrition rate annualized was 33%, which meant that if Apple kept losing people at that rate, in a year, a third of them would be gone. And I'm very pleased to say that 10 months later, the attrition rate is 15%. And that is under the Silicon Valley average today. And that's a very good sign. And part of that is because people now see how Apple can win again. Another part of that is because we've made Apple a much more entrepreneurial place. All of the key employees have lots of stock options. Another key thing that we've done is distribution. We've made a lot of changes in the way Apple distributes its products, a lot of tune-ups across the distribution system. And of course, one of the bigger ones was at the national level, partnering with CompUSA. They're the biggest, and they decided to reinvest in Apple, and it's worked out great. As you know, they put an Apple store within a store in each of their approximately 170 stores throughout the US. When we started this program, Apple represented 3% of the CPU revenues sold by CompUSA. 6 months later, Apple represents 15% of the revenues of CPUs sold at CompUSA. Another area that we can gauge to see Apple's health is the internet, apple.com. How many people are interested in Apple? Now, we've got over 20 million active customers. They might be interested in coming to our website. We have tons of prospective customers who might be interested, a lot of suppliers, a lot of software developers, a lot of competitors. And so this taken together can give us a general thermometer of what is the interest level of people about Apple. And we've invested a lot into the website and a lot into the award-winning Apple Store, which is the gold standard of e-commerce now on the web. And a year ago, we had 1 million hits per day. Now, the average visitor clicks about 5 to 10 times, so that's 100 to 200,000 visitors per day. Today, 9-10 months later, we have 10 million hits a day on the website. That's 1 to 2 million visitors a day coming to the Apple website. And they're coming because they're interested in Apple. Growth. The quarter that ended December, IDC reported that Apple had a 3.4% market share. The quarter that ended in March, we actually grew our market share 15% to 4%. Now, we're not thrilled with 4% market share, but if we can grow our market share 15% every quarter, we will see it going in the right direction, which it is now. And I think we expect it to rise quite a bit more based on some of the things you're going to see here today, but it is now going in the right direction again. And finance. We have some pretty ambitious plans. We want to develop a lot of great products. We want to market them. It takes money. And our customers need to know that Apple's going to be here 10 years from now. Well, we were able to turn the company around to profitability the first quarter the management team was in place. And the quarter ending December, Apple turned a profit of $47 million. The last quarter, we turned a profit of $55 million. So the company has made over $100 million in the last 6 months in a very turbulent time in the industry when other companies are breaking even or even losing money. And I think that's a great accomplishment for the company. In addition to that, the company is growing cash. We increased the cash to $1.6 billion by adding $100 million in the quarter that ended December. And for the last quarter that ended the end of March, $200 million more was put in the bank. This is really important. And lastly, last July, if you took the number of shares outstanding and you multiplied it by the stock price, the company was worth $1.8 billion. We've added $2 billion to the worth of the company since then, and I think it's just getting going. So these are some indications about how Apple is back on track.